I found for myself some of the most emotional portions of the book being when you had dialogue with Cooper and he was kind of expressing his own desire to make things right, whether it was with you, his own remorse over something he had done, or to make things right with God. And I think that I've been thinking about why those moments of the book were so profound. And I think it's because you were proclaiming back to him the gospel always. And you were doing that in, again, your own weakness in the midst of all of these doubts you had about God and about what was true. And I just found that as such encouragement for people to the fact that we are the instruments of God's grace, and he is going to use us even if we ourselves are doubting. He's going to use us to proclaim his word even if we don't know everything about what his word says. And so I'm curious, when you look back on those times, or I'm sure that you are still doing that, what would you say those moments were, or those moments are like for you? Do you feel kind of sometimes like you don't know what you're saying, or what is that experience like for you as you kind of continue to proclaim the gospel to
I think
Cooper?
how I felt most of the time, well, maybe not most of the time, but some of the time was, especially on really difficult days, I felt like I was betraying the feelings in my own heart. Like how I felt was, can God even hear me when I pray? Does God even love us? Does he care that this is happening right now? That's what was in my heart. But when Cooper is saying to me, how come God won't help me? How come God won't heal me? All of these things, I'm saying back to him, honey, God loves you. He sees us. He's gonna help us. And but in the back of my mind, I'm like, are you gonna help us, God? Are you gonna help us? And I'd pray, I'd say, God, do you hear your child right now? He's praying to you and he's saying, will you help me? God, please show him that you're real. Show him that you can heal him. Show him that you will help us. And I really begged God that he would show Cooper those things. But I also felt the responsibility for when he did have a good day, for me to say to him, instead of just existing in that good day and enjoying it, which we did, but say, this day, what's happening today, this is a gift from God. This is God helping us. Or when something good would happen with a doctor or whatever, actually saying that to him, this is how God is helping us. Or I'd say, Cooper would say to me, Mommy, how are you going to help me? And I'd say, I just know that God is going to help me, even though I didn't always know it. I mean, that's just the truth. I was back and forth and how I felt about things. But what other hope is there? I had nothing else to offer him except for the hope of Christ, which turns out to be enough.
Yeah.